Hello and welcome to Starting Points, where one thing leads to another. I have an example for you, or perhaps several examples. Last time, in sharing this book by Catherine Thimmesh, I was fascinated by the fact that she included girls in her book as scientists. And how would she find out about them? And also, she interviewed many of those people that were involved in those experiments. And I thought, whoa, what a great way to do that. Now, she also interviewed Jane Goodall, and she interviewed Sue Hendrickson. Now, Sue Hendrickson found a dinosaur. Dinosaur Sue, who's been named after her, is a nearly complete T-Rex with 90% of her skeleton recovered. The very first T-Rex to be discovered was unearthed in 1900. And since then, about 20 T-Rex specimens have been found. After Sue, the most complete T-Rex is only 65% complete. And 3 others are about 45%. Of the remaining dinosaurs, they have just a handful of bones each. And I'm thinking, whoa, nearly complete. And before she went to share about Sue Hendrickson, there's a little write-up about Mary Anning and prehistoric sea monsters. And so I want to just, one thing leads to another, look at girl scientists. And this girl scientist, Mary Anning, I learned about her about 50 years ago from picture books. These are 4 books I had in my classroom, just to share with you here today. Dragon in the Rocks, Marie Day. Marie wrote the text and also illustrated the book. And one of the things in the cover that they've chosen here gives you an idea of Lyme Regis. It's a very small village. In fact, it's hard times. There's a few things to make a difference. Is that people have come out with that you should go to the sea and bathe in the sea, and it will be good for your health. And also, some of the people joined, the whole village, I guess, almost joined over a period of time to build sort of a breakwater, so that if a larger boat, a merchant boat, could come and tie up there and be protected by this breakwater from heavy wind storms and rough seas. The rocks that are along the coastline had no such protection. And it was that very fact that led to Mary and her father and her brother, Joseph, finding fossils after heavy rainstorms, often during the winter time. They go down and explore through the beach, and Mary got very good at spotting the kind of rock where fossils would be found. As rocks got loosened mud got washed out from the different stratus, and rocks would fall, and things were forever changing. And that meant that you've got a good chance you might find something new today. And what they did is she learned from her father how to use a small chisel and a hammer to hammer off extraneous stone and just leave the fossil, and she would display them and sell them. So here's another book. Both are, I think, probably quite suitable for 9, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, just as an introduction to her. This is by Janine Atkins. Michael Dooling did the illustrations, and it's drama, especially with the first big find. Here's something of its eyes, its huge nostril, its beak-like mouth with teeth, and the ribs. And so this book was probably my first introduction to her. Got to happen sometime, eh? Maybe. And maybe 50 years ago. And it's got more information, more sources, and it's got these wonderful illustrations in it. I think that's what probably first caught my eye. Well, this may have caught my eye too, but Richard Ghaffari, I'm not sure I pronounced his last name correctly, but I've seen other books of his illustrations, and I always liked how his skill in producing them. Ruth Van Ness Blair wrote the book. And I had one more in the classroom. It was called The Crocodile. And this was by John Tully. And this book is, this is probably maybe for, 11, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds. This book is up a little bit older for maybe 11, 12, 13, 14-year-olds. There's adventure in this, and the adventure is that at the time Mary was finding these fossils, there was a war, threatening war, and a war going on, Napoleonic wars. Napoleon was threatening to invade England. There was some, one boy that she knew felt that this person that they'd taken in to board in their house, it wasn't even really their house. They had landlords that rented it to them, that a spy had come ashore, and he's renting a room upstairs in Aunt Mary's house, and so that story about the spy and what's involved there sort of overshadows to some extent the finds that happen in this fascinating times, and fascinating young woman who carves out an occupation. It's quite unique. Well, thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye for now.